Oh, it's a bit dark. Welcome again. Update here on this fantastic CRF 300L. Excuse my garage, it's stuffed with rubbish, but that doesn't matter. The bike loves it in here. It's nice and warm. Right, update. I've done 650 miles. I have to remember. 650 miles on the bike so far. So I'm 50 miles over the considered first service on this bike. Now, I've got to be honest, it is becoming and I know I keep saying this, but I'm just falling in love with it. It's not performing brilliantly. I'm going to sort that out at the service because it pops and then it stops. It's still doing that very, very occasionally now. Somebody did mention that they do that for a while and then it stops. So it's very occasional now. Like I went for a 140-mile run yesterday, and it was just brilliant, really. But it popped and stopped once. Now, I just cannot explain to you how much this bike is growing on me. I was actually going to get rid of it at one point because I've got a 125 little what's called a Pigo scooter. And I loved that little bike. I went everywhere on that as well. But yesterday just took the biscuit with this 300L because I went around the countryside in Leicestershire, Melton Mowbray. If anybody knows that area, they'll know that there's some fabulous roads around there. Sort of like roller coaster roads, really, I'd say. So now I've run the bike in, it's done 650 miles, so considered to be running at 600 miles, so I'm 50 miles over the running period. I opened it up. Now you'll all be interested to know what it's like. I know this picture isn't very good because it's getting dark here. My garage is quite dark. Maybe I should have opened the garage doors there. But because I opened it up, and now I'm revving it to quite high revs as I'm changing gear. So in other words, first I'll make it rev a lot more than what I did when I was first running it in. And boy, oh boy, man, this machine is just incredible. It's nothing like, as I've said before, it's nothing like a 250. That's a 250 two-stroke. I had an X7, which some of you older viewers would remember. It was a Barry Sheen replica that I had, number 7 on the side rears and dropped handlebars. Now that 250 was just absolutely amazing. The power in the two-stroke is way better than these 4-strokes that are now on the market. Obviously the 2-strokes have been banned, so I was expecting a little bit more out of the 300L. This didn't come really to fruition. It was slower than what I expected because I'm an old school biker. But nevertheless, I was battering down these roads around Melton Mowbray, Leicestershire, and trust me, it really has. It really did excite me. It really did. It was like being on a roller coaster. It was fabulous. Of course, these days you've got the cars that are much more powerful than the bikes of today. So I had cars overtaking me now and again on dual carriageways and overtaking lanes and things like that. But that didn't bother me in the slightest. The thing that I found with the 300L is how well it performed on a byway. I came across a byway and byways are very, very hard to find in the UK. They are hard to find. They're not very well signposted and things like that. But I accidentally came across a byway, and I must show you that you can't really see very well, but the mud now, it's absolutely caked in mud. I'm a great believer that if you have one of these bikes, treat it as it should be treated. Respect it, but treat it not like a baby. Use it to your maximum capabilities off-road. And don't be scared of getting it dirty, because trust me, now you can't really see it, like I say, because it's dark in here. But trust me, it is filthy, and it looks clean here, of course. The mud doesn't really reach up here, and I'm sorry, there's not much room in here to sort of show you. But I thought to myself, well, on my little 125 scooter, which I loved, I've still got that, but now I'm thinking more, this is the bike for me. It really did go well on the track. I'm not a fast tracker at all. It was where 4x4s had been, and the mud was really deep, but it just handled it. It was so fabulous to be out there in the English country, British countryside, English countryside, call it what you like. It was so good to be out there. Honest to God, guys, it was really, really good. I was in the middle of nowhere, out in Leicestershire, and it was just absolutely fantastic. The scenery out there, there was little villages dotted with about 5 houses in them, dotted all over the countryside. But more to the point, there was field upon field upon field that you could see for miles and miles, and it was just, I can't explain it. You'd have to get one of these. I always had road bikes. I've had a few trials bikes or off-road bikes in my time before, and I enjoyed them as well, but that was when I was younger and I was a bit more daring. And what I'd do then is I'd go mad on them and drop them. That's something you don't want to do with this bike. You don't want to drop it. That's why I'm taking it a bit more easy. But that's age as well, of course. That slows you down. So carefully tracking, but enjoy the bike as it should be enjoyed. And this one really, really is a good bike for trailing. We're becoming very, very good friends. I don't think there's much more I can say on that. Like I say, it's going for its first service on Friday, which is in 2 days' time, I think it is. So they'll service it. They'll also sort out this popping and stopping business. What else was it? There was something else. Yeah, I did speak to a guy on YouTube who's also a YouTuber. And he said that, and if anybody can clarify on this for me, because I'm quite interested in whether this is a trait with the 300L or even the 250L. Please comment if you have problems with the clutch sort of jumping. So in actual fact, what I'm saying is, if you're going round a roundabout and you de-accelerate, it's like brakes all of a sudden. So if I can do that with a camera, it's like that. And then you accelerate and it will suddenly kick in and go whoa, like that. So you've got this effect of like a kangaroo effect, which I've told the dealer about. That is one of the most off-putting things about this bike. But I'd like to know if anybody else has had this problem with the 250L. The guy that I was speaking to is another YouTuber. Excuse me while I open a beer. The other guy, there was a YouTuber, really nice guy. You can tell that he's got some good videos up as well. Forget his name, but I think I'd like to meet up with him and go for some sort of off-roading with him. But he reckoned that he had the same problem with this bike, which it's a kangaroo effect. Never had it on another bike ever in my life. I've had quite a few bikes in my time, but this is either a problem with something on the bike that's making it jerk. That's the best way you can describe it, a jerk. Or it's just the way the bike is. If it is just the way the bike is, then I'm not going to be happy with it, because if it can be fixed, then I will certainly be keeping this bike. But I have to say, it is so bad, the jerky movement on it, that I will possibly sell it, although I don't want to. You know, somebody else can either take up on the problem and solve it, or deal with it. But I'll go back to my 125. Not that I want to, because I really don't. But all round, a great bike, and I can fault it with them two particular faults, which is a pop and stop, and also that annoying acceleration and deacceleration problem. Okay, so here's to you all. I hope you all enjoy, those who buy this bike, enjoy it. I hope you don't have the same couple of what I call teething problems with it. I think America's getting their 300Ls and rallies soon. I don't know whether they've got them yet. Maybe if an American can let me know, that would be great, or let us all know. These videos are simply done for educational purposes from an ordinary guy that decided to get a 300L. Please comment below, and goodbye.